quiet day at the Sugar Shack today. No boiling. Let the batteries top up a little bit. Not that they need it. It lasts quite a few days on a charge there. We use the solar power and the inverter to run the blower fans. The blower fans that blow air underneath the fire. There's the auto draw system we got last year, the Smoky Lake auto draw off. Simplicity. Bought it used off of online classifieds and really happy with it. Comes down and controls this electric valve by temperature, and then we have a bypass valve just in case that one doesn't open. We can at least draw some syrup with this one here. Haven't had to use it yet. And there's your thermometer. Normally where your big thermometer goes, we got the thermometer probe. It goes down under the floor underneath that. You got one of those walkover guards and up the wall. We got the lids on the evaporator just to kind of keep some of the heat in so they don't freeze too much. It's supposed to go to minus 13 Celsius. One of the tricks I use to keep the pans from freezing up too much is inside the evaporator, I run a couple of these 72-hour candles, and it keeps kind of just keeps it warm under the evaporator since it's all insulated. The walls of the evaporator are all insulated with this type of ceramic blanket. Most of the heat stays in there and keeps the pan just from freezing solid. It's my homemade door latch that I made for my evaporator. A little bit of ice in there. Sugar water freezes a little bit lower than water, I think. Might be wrong. No heat on the chimney today. We boiled one day. We had 2 rows of firewood here, and that's what we got left of that. A little bit out of the woodshed here. My woodshed's nice and accessible to the evaporator. So I can just pretty much handball wood right into the evaporator from the woodshed, and that's that woodshed is from there all the way to the back, and it's about 6 feet wide. I think we calculated about 12 cords of wood stacked in there. Can't really see. Cupola's closed up. We open the cupola with this boat crank. Cable goes up to a pulley and then up into the center, which you can't see, but there's another pulley right in the center, and it splits off into 2 going to each door. Works okay. Sometimes you have to help them when they open. When you let go of the tension, they don't fully open, so I have a big long pole, I get to push them open, but at the end of the day when you want to close them, it works really well. Something I got to work on. The old potbelly wood stove. I started finishing off the inside of the shack with some pine this year, so we got this wall done. And we got this wall done. So next year we'll do a little bit more. This is the timer I use for putting wood in the fire, so I turn my fan off. That turns my fan on. You hear it going there. So when I feel fire, I turn my fan off, and I turn off my timer when it's beeping. Load the arch with wood, and I just come back here and turn my fan back on, and just start the timer for another 12 minutes. I adjust that depending on the type of wood I'm burning and how dry it is. This year our wood's a little bit wetter than I like, but just adjust. We adjust the time for that. This is the solar charge controller. We got 450 watt, 350 watt panels on the roof, so 450 watt solar panels on the roof. And this is the inverter. And this is just a little monitoring station. We can look at the state of the batteries. I don't have enough light to see it, but there we go, a little bit. So we're about 13 volts. It's nighttime right now, so we're not, obviously not charging. I went and took the snow off the panels today because we got the snow last night, and let the panels charge up for the next boil. We can run about three days with no good sun, maybe even more, maybe 3 or 4 days with no sun, running the lights at night. We don't need to run the lights at day. It's bright enough in here, and then we run that fan all the time though, and there's enough power to run that. Also, I work out here during the day when I'm boiling. I have my home office set up on these chairs, and so it keeps my laptop and cell phone charged as well. I think that about covers the shack. Bottle of Jameson, radio. I have a CB. Talked to some other maple people in the area. Maybe next year we'll insulate and finish off these walls. We are planning on putting an addition out that side of the sugar shack. So we're gonna, that window is gonna turn into a walkway into the addition. Maybe put a bunk bed in there or something, and maybe a bit of kitchen countertop. I think I showed that. That's the Simplicity auto draw off. You set your temperature. Usually when I start the season, I start at the regular 221, and then I just adjust it when I measure the syrup sugar levels with a hydrometer, and then I just adjust the temperature for the day of boiling. This is what the current temperature is. Obviously it's cool right now. And this is my flow meter. I got this off Amazon, I think. It comes with a 1 inch, so you can get different sizes. I got the 1 inch flow meter. I think this is meant to draw off water. So you get the meter, you get the flow meter, and you get an electric valve. And I think it's meant to draw off water. So you can say, oh, I want 2 liters of water, and you push the button and it gives you 2 liters of water. But I just kind of just use it for this. So I just in the morning when I come to boil, I click start and it zeroes out and it sees how many liters I boil that day. A little bit sensitive to if there's a little bit of ice or a little bit of dirt in the line. I have had it plug up, but it generally works pretty good. It measures in liters per minute, and I tend to run around 2 to 2.5 liters per minute evaporation rate. Keep the fire extinguisher on hand. I'm not sure if it's the best place. You don't want to put it right beside the stove just in case there is a fire. You want to be able to get to it if you need it. Every season, I take it, I turn it upside down and give it a little tap with a hammer and make sure that it's good. And obviously check that you're in the green on the meter. I think that just about covers it. Oh, this is the sliding door out to the back. Frozen. So here I can actually come out here and I can see the status of my how much sap I have left. Lock this up. Hold on, one-handed here. All right. I think that about keep saying it, but keep thinking of something else to show you. See, that's my homemade evaporator, just an old wood stove I converted years ago. The one thing I did that I enjoy is a single door. I used to have two doors that opened up, two cast iron doors, but they would get cherry red when you're boiling, and they'd actually expand so much that you had a hard time opening. They would actually jam together. So I made this single door, and like I say, my own little latch design. Well, probably a copy off of things I saw on the internet, and but it works really well. Nice and easy, especially when you're boiling. You can almost do it one-handed. I just come up and with my hand and open up and lock it shut. I just use welding gloves for loading the fire. These are some old ones that have seen a better day, and I'm not sure where my other ones are. Oh, there's my other on the window ledge. There's the current set, but I figured I'd honor those old gloves. And I think that is about it now. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and maybe subscribe if you want to see some more. And until the next time, Spruce Creek Farms saying we'll see ya.